Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Bella Karista from PBI2. In this video, I'm going to tell you about morpheme, that is the smallest significant unit of grammar. And then for the first time, we are going to learn about isolating morpheme by Nida's principle. In this chapter, Nida provides 6 principles of how to isolate morpheme in words. Now let's see the first principle by Nida. Okay, according to Nida in Principle 1, forms which have a common semantic distinctiveness and an identical phonemic form in all their occurrences constitute a single morpheme. Okay, now let's see the example. Morpheme as comparative and morpheme as agentive. Okay, these two morphemes have the same pronunciation, but they are different in meaning. Okay, for example, as comparative means door of an action, like worker, people who work, singer, people who sing, and player, people who play. And then for morpheme as agentive, it means more than, for example, smaller, and then higher, and longer. Okay, now let's move to the principle 2. Okay, according to Nida in principle 2, forms which have a common semantic distinctiveness but which differ in phonemic form. It means that the morpheme has the same meaning but they are different in pronunciation. Actually, this principle is the opposite of principle 1. Now let's see the example. Invisible, im for impolite, ill for illiterate, ir for irregular, and ing for incomplete. Okay, in English, one negative prefix appear in 5 phonologically determined forms. Okay, we can see here this prefix has the same meaning, that is negative or means no, but they are different in pronunciation. Okay, now let's move to the principle 3. Okay, Nida's principle 3 allows us to identify forms as a single morpheme even when their distribution is not phonologically determined, provided that they have a common meaning and are in complementary distribution. Okay, now let's see complementary distribution. Complementary distribution is when 2 or more allomorphs cannot occur in one environment altogether. Okay, actually, complementary distribution related to subject-verb agreement and singular plural form. Okay, for more information, let's see the example. Okay, plural subject and singular subject. Okay, here we have 2 morphemes, that is do and does, where we cannot use this together in one environment, but we have to choose one of them. How to choose the correct morpheme? So we have to see the subject. For example, for the first example, they, plural subject, so we have to use the morpheme do and we cannot use morpheme does. And then for singular subject, she, we have to use does and not do. Okay, now let's move to principle 4. According to Nida in principle 4, 2 forms may be considered as belonging to a single morpheme occurs when they are found in free variation. Now let's see what is free variation. So, free variation is 2 or more forms which have the same meaning, are phonetically distinct, and may occur in exactly the same environment. It means that the morphemes have similar meaning and they can occur in exactly the same environment, and the difference is only at how to pronounce it. And then For example, let's see American accent and British accent. Okay, here we have the same example. What make it different is only the accent. Let's see American accent. They tend to use long I to pronounce either and neither. And then for British English, they tend to use I to pronounce either and neither. Okay, now let's move to lexical entries of morpheme. Lexical entries consist of three parts. The first one is phonological form, that is how to pronounce the word. The second one is syntactic features, that is what is the function of the word. And the last one is semantics, that is the meaning of the word. Now let's see the example. Cat. The phonological form of cat is cat, and then for syntactic features is plus noun and minus verb. We can find the phonological form and syntactic features in Oxford Dictionary. And then why it is plus noun and minus verb? It is because cat is only a noun and it is not a verb. And then for semantics, cat is Felis domesticus. Okay, now we move to elsewhere condition. Elsewhere condition is when two or more morphemes can be attached to a third form. The morpheme with the more specific subcategorization frame takes precedence and blocks the attachment of the other morpheme. Now let's see the example. This is the singular form of brother. And then it has the plural form, that is brothers. Beside brothers, brother also has another more specific plural form, that is brethren. But when people have used brethren, it means that they are not talking about brothers in common, but they are talking about people who specialize in studying religion in Christianity. So, the morpheme brethren blocks the attachment of other morpheme, in this case brothers and brother. Also, brethren comes from the word brother, but brethren has different morpheme with brother. Okay, now let's move to Principle 5. NIDA's Principle 5 discusses the condition under which homophonous forms are identified as the same or different morphemes. Now let's see here, homophonous form. It is divided into two parts. The first one is single morpheme. The example for single morpheme is cat. Why cat is a single morpheme? Because it is only a noun. It is not a verb, not an adjective, adverb, or so on. So cat only has one meaning and only has one function in an environment, that is kucing in Indonesia, and it is only a noun. And then the second part is multiple morpheme. The example of multiple morpheme is book. Why book is multiple morpheme? Because book has two different meanings. The first one is book is a verb, that is memesan, and then the second one is book is noun, that is buku. Okay, now let's move to Principle 6. A morpheme is isolatable if it occurs under the following condition. The first one is in isolation. It means that the words stand alone, so we cannot divide the word into smaller units anymore. The example is girl, cat, play, he, and hey. So the morpheme of this word is the word itself. And then the second one is in multiple combination. Condition 2 allows us to isolate forms such as agentive or as morpheme. Now let's see the example. Dancer, player, and worker. Okay, we can divide this word into two morphemes. The morphemes is an agentive, that is door of an action, and then dance, play, and work is the stem. And then the last one is in single combination. Condition 3 permits us to isolate the morpheme cran in cranberry. Cran occurs just in this single combination, so if cran is not paired with berry, then it is not a morpheme. Okay, and then the last one is we are going to learn about constituent structure. Here there's a word that is unacceptable, so we are going to learn about how to isolate morpheme or how to break down this word. Okay, the first thing that we have to do is we have to know the word class of this word. Okay, because this word is ended with able, so the word class of this word is adjective. Now write adjective. And then let's see again whether the word has prefix or suffix. Okay, in this word there is a prefix an. So draw the line down and then write an. Okay, now we still have acceptable. The word class of acceptable is adjective because it is ended with able. Now draw the line down and then write adjective. Okay, after that draw the line down again and then write able. Okay, last we still have except, that is the stem of this word. Except is verb. Now draw the line down and then write verb. Okay, and then the last one, draw the line down again and then write except. Okay, that's my explanation about my final examination of morphology. Thank you so much for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.